The Alpha Sessions with Ron Laver.
In the studio today is Lunarosa.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for inviting me on.
You're more than welcome. Been listening to your new EP, which came out in September, I believe.
Yep, start of September.
And we're going to hear some tracks from it as well later on.
Oh, great.
But really nice EP. It's got a bit of an ethereal. Is that
that's what
you go with that?
Yeah, it does seem to be what suits me and suits the seaside vibes, I guess.
And I see sort of on the write up on your website, you were brought up in a home environment infused with Beach Boys, the Beatles.
Yeah.
And you know that first track on the EP, Tired Eyes in Paradise.
Oh yeah.
I was listening to it and I thought, oh, it sort of sounds a bit Beach Boyish.
Really?
Yeah,
that one?
I mean, we're talking about Pet Sounds, that sort of era when they were going into all that, and also when the Beatles were doing the same thing with Sgt. Pepper. Just there was some of the instrumentation in there, because I will say you'll be heard today playing live. With just a ukulele, and nothing wrong with that, I may say. Your voice is lovely and you play well, but the actual EP has got a lot more instrumentation on than that, hasn't it?
A lot of layers, yeah.
Have you performed this live yet?
No, I haven't, because I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to bring the sound from the EP onto the stage. Obviously, it would be nice to kind of try and include some of the strings and maybe some of the beats. So maybe I'll get a drum machine, a loop pedal, which I'm kind of working with at the moment. So I kind of just want to get things a bit more ready before I perform it.
Would you go on with sort of other performers as well, you know, sort of, or would you try and do it all yourself?
I would really love to have other performers as well. The difficult thing with that is just to... all fit in around each other.
Getting everybody together.
Yeah, and I would love to kind of travel about with it.
Yeah.
So not just around London, but just get out to, I don't know, France or Spain, and so I want to be self-sufficient as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully at some point I'll get other people.
Well, as I said, the you and the uke sounded absolutely lovely today. I've really enjoyed listening to you play.
Thank you.
So on the EP itself, so was that all you, just sort of multi-tracked, or did you have other performers?
It was mostly me. Tired Eyes in Paradise, that has a pianist friend and also a cellist, but everything else, the strings is me, vocals, ukulele, what else? Hand claps and whistles, and pretty much most of it's me.
Because you're a violinist, really, aren't you?
Yeah, that's my trade.
I was going to say by trade.
By trade, I was going to say
sound
that
right.
Yeah, that's my primary instrument. Yeah.
So how did you end up performing? Because I have to say on the EP, I love the violin, the fiddle.
Yeah,
I'm more of a fiddle man than a violin. Are you okay with the word fiddle?
Yeah, as in more like Irishy, folky,
countryish sort of stuff. Yeah. But I do like it also as a classical, more traditional violin. And there's some lovely pieces in there that you can hear on the record.
Yeah, and it's a bit more classical, isn't it, on there?
Yeah.
Because I feel like with string arrangements, that's kind of what works. But I would really like to get a bit more of my kind of folky roots on some tracks as well. So it's just kind of branching away from what I see as traditional string arrangements, and just I love it when there's just a one-off fiddle playing a lovely folky line.
Can't beat it. Yeah.
So I will do something like that soon.
So when did you start? How did you get into the violin in the first place?
Apparently I asked my mum if I could start to learn violin when I was 7. So I just started going to lessons. And then my dad kind of got me into the Irish folk stuff. So we'd be playing at home and stuff. And then I'd go to Irish sessions. So you meet a lot of other musicians that know the same tunes. So you're kind of on that folky circuit. And I play along with other people as well, like other bands. So I love the violin because it's so versatile. You can use it in all different styles.
Yeah. So how long? I mean, it sounds like it was all very easy for you. Did you take to the violin? Because I don't think the violin is particularly an easy thing to play.
That's what I hear. I don't really remember how hard it. I think when you learn something from a young age, you just take it in your stride. I think as adults we're a bit more like, oh, that's hard work. How could I possibly do it? We expect instant results. When you're a kid, you're just going, sounding like a strangled cat.
Yeah.
And you don't care. It's only your parents mind about that. So, it takes years probably to get anywhere, anything that sounds nice. Whereas, if you wanted to start it now, you'd want to be sounding good within a year, but that won't happen. The violin's quite difficult.
No. I mean, it's funny enough, I was thinking about schools and, whenever you go, and over the years I've seen a lot of school concerts now with my grandchildren as well. And if there's one thing that's going to grate on you, it'll be the violins. Even if everyone is perfect, the violins is the one. Because it is a difficult instrument.
Yeah.
But you obviously took to it. And,
I loved it, I guess. I don't know what made me want to play it. But it is very emotive. I find that you can kind of, make someone cry with it, which maybe I wanted that power. I don't know. Your
real name is Glenna Larson, and you're from the Welsh Mountains.
Yes, Brecon Beacons.
And so was there a lot of opportunity to play? You talked about playing with other people. Was that at that, I don't know what time you left the Brecon Beacons?
Well, so I left at, I guess, university age. So I... Obviously in school you have a lot of opportunity to play there. I was playing in string quartets. We were doing little competitions in Powys and things like that. So there's a lot of opportunity to play classical music. Irish music and Scottish music I got to do at home with my dad because he played flute and penny whistle and harmonica. So that was kind of where I got to play. Down by a lonely shoreline, but now it's time to leave my love behind, and it breaks my heart, but it lifts my soul, 'cause it's time to come out the rabbit hole. Our time to come is way down the line. A rush of blood and tingles down my spine. The road is long, we've still got time. So wrap your arms around me tight, 'cause it feels like home tonight. His heart was free, that it couldn't be the only one he needs, and it breaks my heart, but it lifts my soul, 'cause time to come out the rabbit hole. A time to come is way down the line. A rush of blood and tingles down my spine. The road is long, we've still got time. So wrap your arms around me tight. Our time to come is way down the line. Tingles down my spine. The road is long, we've still got time. So wrap your arms around me tight, 'cause it feels like home, feels like home tonight.
The Alpha Sessions with Ron Laver.
So the name that you've sort of transformed into Lunarosa, I mean, this is fairly new step, isn't it?
Yeah.
In how long have you been? I mean, you've got an EP out, and I think that's almost your first recording.
That was the first set of songs I wrote.
How long prior to it being released in September was that a project you were working on?
I think I wrote the songs a few months before that, like in January or so. And then, it was just kind of an ongoing... I didn't really know what my stage name was going to be or anything like that. I just knew that I wanted to write this EP, a kind of concept EP about an experience that I had. And then the name kind of came along with the whole concept as well.
And as I say, it fits...
Yeah, everything fits together.
Fits that ethereal feel of the music and everything, and the titles of the songs as well, I guess.
Yeah, so I feel it's all a theme. It's all kind of ocean, moons, it's all kind of linked in together, because that's where I was first kind of inspired to write some songs, was when I was in Fuerteventura by the sea. That's the first time I saw a pink moon kind of rising over the ocean, and that's why Lunarosa, because it means pink moon. So it kind of all happened there. You
said there that it was like from a personal experience.
Yeah.
Is that how you write? Does it have to be something that you can, something you've been through that you can relate to? Well,
I think because this is a very new project, I think the kind of impetus behind it was because of the personal experiences, that I kind of really used these songs as a way of processing my feelings, and I've never done it in that way before. I normally just kind of run to another country, or I don't know, just complain about something. This just felt very like, this is a way I can process this and also produce something good, people can listen to and hopefully relate to. So I guess you do use that personal experience and then write something that other people could also relate to. I think that's not the only way I will do it. I think
So is this project here, is this the first time you've really seriously written music?
Yeah, I've never finished a song in my life.
You haven't?
No, I'm more of a violinist, so you're more of an accompaniment to other people.
I was going to say, because you prior to this, you were in a band called Tigers That Talked.
Yeah.
Who were a folk rock band.
Yeah, indie rock when it was kind of popular. Yeah. Arcade Fire era.
So you weren't writing with them, you were just there.
No.
Were you singing with them?
Not really. A few R's and O's here and there. But no, just kind of violin and synth and...
Yeah, as an instrumentalist.
Yeah.
So how did you move then from the fiddle, the violin, to the uke? But
I don't really know. I just decided I can't really write songs with a violin. I just started to really, I've always liked singing, but I just really started to love singing. I just found that I needed to sing and say things that I wanted to say. So ukulele, well, actually my mum started playing the ukulele, and then I decided to join her so I could share that with her, and then I just fell in love with the ukulele and found it a really easy way to, write songs. So that's why I did that.
And performance-wise, it works as well. So,
yeah.
It's less than a guitar to carry around
exactly.
on your back, isn't it?
Yeah, and because I'm small, I find it quite relaxing. And, travelling around with it, I just stick it in my backpack and no one knows that I've got it there, so I don't have to pay to take it abroad with me and travel. So
your new EP is called Neoprene Love.
Yeah.
Or the EP that is currently out. And the single off it is called Kissing on the Reef.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Tell me something about Kissing on the Reef and the inspiration behind that, or without delving too much into your private life.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, so the whole EP is about a holiday romance, and I'm a surfer. I really enjoy surfing, so most of my holidays are based around that. And I went away for a surf holiday, and I met someone there, and it was just kind of we went out onto the reef. There's a reef all around Fuerteventura, and you go surfing out there. And it just kind of came to mind, really, that's kind of where that song was born and then developed later on.
And the rest of the EP then is all based on this relationship. And,
and the kind of the beginning to the end, really. So the Kissing on the Reef is kind of third way through the EP, and it's all about kind of just taking chances and, not if something's going to go wrong or if it's not, supposed to last forever, it doesn't matter. You enjoy the experience anyway, and just take, don't hold back from life. Just live it and see where it goes, kind of thing.
Take my hand and lead me through the waves when the seas get rough, when I've had enough. Kiss me now and sweep me off my feet when the tide is low. Don't wanna let this go, and don't live life of regret, 'cause it's a miracle that we met. And there's 1,000 reasons to leave, but just one that keeps us here. And if the spark is gone, when all's said and done, you'll find a way back to yourself. And if the fire goes out, when it comes crashing down, you'll find a way back to your heart. And don't live a life of regret, 'cause it's a miracle that we met. And there's 1,000 reasons to leave, but just one that keeps us here, kissing on the reef.
The Alpha Sessions with Ron Laver.
You mentioned surfing.
Yeah.
Is there much surfing in the Welsh mountains?
No. But ever since a teenager, we'd go to Pembrokeshire. So that's kind of where I fell in love with surfing. So we'd go there all the time.
That was your holiday destination, was it?
Yeah. This is one of my favourite places to go in the world.
I also read somewhere that you enjoy yoga and meditation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very important.
Again, I think that all fits in.
All fits in, doesn't it?
Yeah, with the whole.
Yeah,
with the whole
very
vibe.
holistic.
Yes.
I'm not even doing it on purpose. It's just what I enjoy. And yoga and surfing, they go so well together, and it's so cliche, but it's it's all about controlling your breath, which is great for singing. It's great for surfing. Meditation's great for just chilling yourself out for anything, really.
You haven't done any live performances yet?
Not yet. This is my second radio.
Oh, I see. Oh, right, yes.
Not live in front of a proper audience.
No, yeah, because we're certainly not a proper audience.
Sorry, no.
You've realised that.
You guys are a lovely audience. I wish it all would be like this.
So, have you got anything in the pipeline? What's the plan then for? Because at some point, I would have thought you want to take this out.
I do. The plan is probably April time, I'm thinking. I want to write a few more tracks, which I've got in mind, and kind of play around with my sound a bit so that I know what I'm taking onto the live performance. So yeah, thinking before the summer, and then possibly planning like a little summer tour around North Spain and South France.
Are we likely to see you much in the UK then? Cause
yeah.
Sounds like you're just dying to get back to the sun and the surf to me.
I am because it's winter. But no, I think April time I will start gigging in London and UK for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what you listen to music on, but on an iPod or on your phone or whatever. What will be found on your current playlist at the moment?
Okay. Well, I listen to many different genres, I guess. But I love Agnes Obel. You know, this kind of piano, folky kind of music. But I also love things like Mac DeMarco and Dive, kind of like, what would you say, kind of dreamy, rocky music as well. And more electronic things like John Hopkins, Nicholas Jarre. So kind of a range.
Yeah.
And Bon Iver, you know, the kind of the folk that's experimental, so Bon Iver and
which is
Staves. Which
is probably where I'd put your EP in that area.
That's the thing,
I must stress people listening to the, I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but listening to you play here today, the recorded music is it's on a different level, isn't it? It's got a lot of instrumentation.
Yeah, it's totally different.
And a lot of, and your voice is quite way back in it.
Yeah.
And
I'm wanting to go slightly down a more experimental route at some point.
Yeah. So are you planning any more music in the near future?
Yeah. I would like to get something recorded, maybe release around March time. So I need to get on with it.
Nothing. Have you got anything in? You know, you got a few things.
Yeah, I've got a few songs. Yeah, that just I'm just trying to work out what I want to do. So this was kind of a concept EP, and I found that quite easy because you really know what you're trying to do with it. Whereas I have a few tracks that are all very different, so I'm not sure how to bring them together yet, or whether to just release some singles. So I might do that instead. But I feel like I want to kind of create this new sound that I've got in mind.
Yeah.
But I need to experiment at home because I use Ableton and mess around with production and things. So.
So you've got your own home studio that you can, and is that where you recorded your last EP or?
No, I did record my Christmas. I did a Christmas single.
Oh yes, I saw that. Yes, so
I recorded that there.
Yeah, so that was out after this, wasn't it? That is something you've released since the EP.
Separate. Yeah, that's the only thing I recorded at home. The EP was recorded in Italy, in another kind of home studio we set up in a house.
Did you enjoy that process?
Yeah, I love that. I love that part of it.
Did you have a separate producer, or were you producing it? So?
Yeah, no, I had a separate producer, and we had different people coming in and out. Friends.
You didn't find it? I guess not, but I mean, there was a chance that with a producer they'll take your music off somewhere you don't want it to go.
There were some disagreements for sure.
But you won.
But I won in most counts. So yeah, it would be nice to. I'm going to do a mixing and mastering course just to kind of get a bit more knowledge, so I can. I think that's really where you can create your own sound, is when you know how to do everything. I'd like more input from different people, but it's also nice to have that final, control over how it's going to sound, because it's really important to the music.
But the experience you had with your first EP wasn't.
Oh, I loved it.
It was good.
Yeah, I loved it. I love just being in a studio and all bouncing off ideas with each other and staying up till late, kind of trying to get things done. Having a drink here and there, having some wine.
How long did it take, the process? Was it?
The recording process.
Yeah, of that EP.
It was a couple of weeks.
Right.
Yeah. Not the whole time. Obviously, we were going for walks in the mountains and things like that.
Sleeping occasionally.
Sleeping sometimes. You don't get that much sleep when you're recording.
No.
Because also you're constantly thinking of new ideas and.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Okay, so let's put a hypothetical to you.
Okay.
If you could play with anybody, live or dead.
Okay.
Whether it be sing with them, accompany them on the violin, or a joint gig, who do you think you might think about?
I think within this kind of genre, I feel possibly Bon Iver, because or Sigur Rós. Sigur Rós or Bon Iver, yeah. I think they're amazing musicians and really progressive.
And anywhere you fancy having this dream gig? Anywhere in the world, really? Probably on a beach in Italy.
Probably on a beach. Actually, probably California. So I've never been there. I reckon somewhere in California. Yeah. In a big open air kind of stage festival thing.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
I'm very consistent.
Yeah,
give me that.
Absolutely. It's very you. Well, listen, thank you so much for coming in today and talking to us and playing for us. I wish you well with the EP and wish you well with anything that follows, performances and things like that.
Thanks a lot.
If people want to know more about you, where can they get hold of you?
Well, you can go to Instagram at Lunarosa Music, or I have a link tree, which is where you kind of store all of your social media things, and that's linktree/Lunarosa Music. That has everything on there. Okay.
Well, like I say, thanks for coming in, and a lovely session. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Ron.
So stop your dreaming, 'cause we've known right from the start that these words have no meaning when we live two worlds apart. Oh, I'm neath the moon, I'm lost in you. Now I'll need to let go of you. Tonight I woke up reeling about the seasons of the sky, the transience of feelings. Stars are born and then they die. Oh, neath the moon, I'm lost in you. Now I need to let go of you when paradise is due.